Aloha. The first pose in this sequence to quiet the mind is Adho Mukha Virasana. It's downward facing hero pose, or child's pose as it's often called. I'm going to show the pose with a bolster and 2 blocks. If you don't have a bolster, here's where your stack of towels or blankets could come in handy, but I will give other alternatives as well. If you have blocks, it's very nice to put a block on either side of the bolster. And then I sit on this end of the bolster with my knees apart, my big toes touching, and the heels back, hips back onto my heels. The legs are wide enough apart that my trunk will fit between them, but not so wide that there's extra space, or so narrow that I get stuck. The bolster is between the legs. From here, see how I extend my trunk forward, keeping the hips back on the heels. Cross the arms, put the elbows on the blocks, and rest my head on the hands. Now, if my knees were tight, or my hamstrings were tight, and I came forward and my hips lifted up away from my heels, I would use some support. Here's where your pillow, extra blankets, towels come in, so that when I come forward, my buttocks can rest. It's not just hanging out in space. In the case that I don't have a bolster, but I have 2 blocks, I can place one block here for my chest and a second block here for my head. And then coming forward again, I bring the bottom ribs onto this block here so they can press down and spread. I take the second block for my head and extend the arms. If I have support here, again, my stack of blankets or towels, I can additionally rest the arms or the hands on the blankets. If I had one block, I could rest the head and the arms. So the important points here in the pose are that the forehead rests, the space between the eyebrows rests, so that the brain can become passive. The arms extend forward from the sides of the trunk, or if they're in this position, the arms press down, the bottom ribs press down, and as this extends forward, the hips move back. The height of the head is such that the back of the head and the upper back stay in one line. And the head can rest.